Hey, what's up, everyone? Just wanted to make a video talking about the Devil May Cry Netflix series, and talk about, of course, if you didn't hear, it got renewed for season 2, which is not surprising. A lot of these animes, especially when they do the video game adaptations on Netflix, usually get at least another season. Yeah, I mean, we got Castlevania, we got I want to say that Dota show went on for a couple seasons. Of course, we had Arcane. Resident Evil actually did not get a second season. That's because that was dog shit. Rest in peace, Lance Reddick. But yeah, we usually get, even like stuff like Blood of Zeus. Like we get second seasons of a lot of this, and that's an anime. That's not has nothing to do with video games. But anyway, we usually get. It's not surprising what I'm trying to say. It was pretty popular. I just want to talk about it because this is the thing. I didn't want to get canceled. I wanted another season. I want them to course correct. Because I want the show to be good. I was so excited for it. And this thing, I didn't hate the show, but I've been very vocal about my disappointment. Because when I'm very disappointed in something is when I'm the most vocal about something. Because like I could be like super negative about something, but if it's something I was expecting to not like, or I had no hype for it at all, then it doesn't really matter that much. But if I'm just super disappointed to the point where I either hate something or just was, disappointed to the point where I'm just like, it's okay, but it could have been better, then I'm going to be vocal about it. And luckily I didn't hate the Devil May Cry show that just came out. But it made me want to play the games and watch the anime from 2007, not because it was so good. It was because I just wanted to remind myself why this series is actually so great. Even though I never watched the anime, to be fair. I watched the first few episodes. Whatever episodes came on if anybody remembers, the Devil May Cry 4, like, special edition had, like, I want to say 4 episodes on it. I watched those episodes. That's how I watched them. I never watched the full thing. It's only, I think, 12 episodes. But I was even considering doing a reaction for it. Would that be fun? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I've been really wanting to play more Devil May Cry. I actually loaded up 3 the other day, played the first 2 chapters. And it's still a good game, bro. It's a damn good game. That was my favorite Devil May Cry growing up. Definitely wasn't 2, but to be honest, I kind of want to play some 2 though. Just shoot all the enemies. It's one of the best third person shooters out there. Anyway, but yeah, I just want them to course correct. I want them to like go closer to lore. Like make Dante and Virgil the focus. Because that's one thing I really didn't like is that Dante wasn't the show. I'm not saying he wasn't, but he wasn't a focus. They needed his blood. And there's something about Sparta. But besides that, you didn't really, like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't feel like the focus. Lady was, which is okay as long as she's a likable character. She was not. I don't know who the fuck thought it was a good idea to make Lady that unlikable. I know some people like her. I personally don't understand it. I don't, unless they're assholes too in real life. I guess I don't know. They're like, she's just like me, for real. But I just don't understand it. Like, she's just like nothing she says is funny. She makes a lot of really stupid decisions. I don't understand. I want to like Lady. I like her in the games. So. And I keep thinking back to like Castlevania, the original Netflix one, which everybody gives that shit for not being close to source, which is true. It's not. It kind of does the same thing where it cherry picks things from a bunch of Castlevania things and then puts them together. To be fair, though, Castlevania, a lot of the older games, while it has stories and stuff, it's not really exactly like that Devil May Cry, where a lot of the older games, especially what Castlevania started off with as, which was a adaptation of Castlevania 3, there's not like a ton of story in those original games. There isn't in all the other ones, for sure. I'm not saying. And there's a lot of lore, too. I'm not saying there isn't. But there's not like a story focus in some of those games, especially 3. Obviously, it takes things from Lords of Shadow and all these other games and stuff. Of course, Rondo of Blood, they take from. Just a bunch of stuff they take from. But, yeah, Curse of Darkness they take from actually a lot. It's just very, like, it's different in my eyes because I really thought the Castlevania series was great. I really loved it. I understand some people didn't. I totally understand. But, like, I thought it was great. I liked all the characters. They might have been different, and they said fuck a lot too. No, nowhere near as much as Lady says in the 8 episodes we got of Devil May Cry, but whatever. And really, the word fuck isn't the problem. The problem is everything she says is cringe. She makes so many dumb jokes about like, the rabbit character. Like, haha, she makes like 5 rabbit jokes that are not funny. None of them are, and maybe it's the line delivery. I don't think so. I think it was just the writing. Like I don't even think most of what Dante said was funny. I just want them to course correct, get closer to the lore, focus on Dante and Virgil, actually tell their backstory, because they really did it in the first season, which blew my mind. It's Devil May Cry, which I know it's not called the Dante show, but come on. All the marketing, all the posters, everything about it was about Dante. Dude, the poster doesn't even have... I think almost every poster for this show has Dante on it and no lady. Like the one where he's like, it says like, "Come at me, demon bros." Yeah, it's really cringe. And there's one like Demon for Hire or Demon Hunter for Hire or whatever. Like, there's a bunch of posters where lady's not even on the poster, and she is legitimately the main focus. To the point where there's an episode that is a prequel that's showing the backstory between her and Rabbit and how they connected. Which is artistically is a great episode. It's probably the best episode of the season. The backstories themselves are kind of generic. You know where they're going to go for the most part, but it's told very well. So I can't give shit, and it's almost completely dialogue free, and the animation's great. I just I was like blown away. Like, wow, we have an episode of the Devil May Cry show with no Dante, not a single inch of Dante in that episode. I was like, what? Like, what? We still haven't had his backstory. We've had little snippets. I mean, like, little. We don't know even what happened yet. Which I get if we want to save it for later. But, like, Dante should be the main character. We should get that backstory in this season. It was crazy to me that we didn't get that. And it just made me think, like, they have that moment where Lady talks about, like, the backstory between, like, Mundus and Sparta and stuff. And people compare it to the intro to Devil May Cry 3, which I just started again, where she's actually talking, like, Lady's actually talking about it in, like, a way where it's not, like, condescending and shitty. And in the anime, she's doing it in the condescending, shitty way, where she's like, blah, blah, Sparta, shoot, blah, which is so shit. I've seen some people say, like, oh, it's whatever, it's kind of funny. I'm like, if you've never played Devil May Cry, when that happens, you're just like, I guess it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And if you play Devil May Cry, then you're just like, what the fuck is this? Like, what? Like, it almost feels like the creators just were saying, fuck Devil May Cry. Oh, just here's big backstory we need to understand what's going on in this world. Fuck it. But let's have a whole episode following Lady's backstory and how tragic it is. It's so tragic. Her daddy wanted to study demons. Oh, and it is tragic. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like, I'm making fun of it, but it's like, she even like makes jokes about how like, oh, your backstory is real sad and tragic, like, to people. I'm like, what are you doing? You like, are you trying to? Are you winning? Is there an award at like some fucking film festival for most unlikable prick in a fucking cartoon, and you're trying to go for it because you're fucking nailing it? There's no way anybody else is gonna win. Like, I don't know. It's just unfortunate that she's so unlikable, and I just hope they course correct. Keep her in the show. I'm not saying they should like Cole Young this character, which is the character from Mortal Kombat. Everybody wants him in the second movie to be dead. I'm not saying do that. I'm saying just, I mean, they even kind of try to make her a little bit like, less asshole-ish at the end. I mean, she still was, but like, a little less dickish towards the end. She seems a little bit worried, and that. It's just weird because she makes so many bad decisions in the anime. I'm just like why are we following her? She made like 5 really bad decisions that made things worse. I was like, I don't, and she never gets called out for it too, which is crazy. I don't know. I just like keep her in the show. I'm not saying get rid of Lady. I don't ever want Lady not to be a part of Devil May Cry, anything. But I just write her where she's likable. I just want her to be likable. I love Sypha in Castlevania. One of my favorite characters. Like, make her likable. Like, she could be smarmy and shit. That's fine. She is in the game. But, like, come on. It's like, there has to be something more to her. Like, there's a moment in Devil May Cry 3 where, like, she had, you know what? I'm not even gonna talk about it. Just play Devil May Cry 3. You'll see. There's great moments in that game. Like, I was just, like, rewatching some cutscenes. I'm like, this is really good. Like, her story is really good. And because the whole story in the game is about her father, and there's like you see the father in the beginning and stuff. You see, just play the game. It's great. It really is. Devil May Cry 3 is great. It's the one I remember the most of the trilogy when it comes to the story. Of course, I remember the classic scene in Devil May Cry 1. Everybody remembers, fill your soul with the dark soul of light. That quote. Just play. Get the trilogy. You can get it for like $20. On PS4 or Xbox One. So, or you can get them on Switch. I think they're sold separately on there. Yeah, so there you go. That's it. I just wanted to talk about. I hope I don't want it to get canceled. I definitely did not want it to get canceled. So I'm glad it didn't. Not that they would announce that yet. Anyway, if something gets canceled, it's usually like a month or two after the last or the newest season airs. So it's good that it was success in some form. But I hope they take a lot of the criticisms. From what I've heard, Castlevania Nocturne. The writers for that took some of the criticisms that people had for Nocturne Season 1. I haven't watched Season 2 yet, but that's what people have said. People that I usually agree with have said like they took that into consideration and changed it up. So that's good to hear. I will be watching Nocturne Season 2 soon, actually. But, yeah. Fingers crossed. I hope it's better. I really do, because I don't want this to be bad. I don't want anything. This is the thing. I don't want anything called a thing I love or even really like bad. Like, why would I ever want that? Like, I don't know. It reminds me of like Ghostbusters when the 2016 was coming out. I mean, I want that movie to be good. I want it to be good. It wasn't, but it's called Ghostbusters. I wanted it to be good. It was not good. And to be fair, the newer ones weren't very good either. So, I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Bye.